Alright, good evening, movers. Good night, or morning, depending on where you live. We got puzzles per usual. This one looks not too complicated, but maybe a little bit. So take, and this is mate in 1, so he's going to have to take back. No other move will work, so it takes. I guess I have 6. And then after F6, I don't know actually, but this looks right. Can I actually just take? Check. Takes. No, I think I have to play F6. The idea of check. Okay, so I have to take that. But this is still more or less even, is it not? It's because once I take with check, I win the piece. So then I'm just up a knight and a queen against 2 rooks. So that's pretty simple. So we got another interesting puzzle here. So I take with queen. We just see said exchange. I'm tempted to play this. Excuse me. This move also exists. So what do I do here? Because this almost looks too easy. So this is the only move. And then I can check from here. And he can't... Yeah, he can only block with the queen. Or with the pawn. And I would just check again. Can't go on this line. Pawn blocks this. I don't see how that's not just absolutely winning. Someone explain to me why this isn't just automatically winning. Okay, I guess it was just a super easy puzzle. Okay, so I'm thinking that we're sacking this knight in order to get a good check. Because if he takes, then that's just mate. So check, he can't take, he has to move. I see this move. That's about all that I see. So he doesn't have any threats on me, so let's think. So check, he goes here. I mean, yeah, I have another check, but I don't see what that does for me. Check here, here, and if he takes, then he's getting mated, so he's not going to take. So here, here, and here, I'm probably going to see the queen come over. And then, assuming I have to do this, check. He can take that. Or actually, in this case, this will work. So I might have to rethink knight to f4. Even though it looks very tempting. Because I just don't know what to do after queen c8. I mean, I guess I have this move. What if he goes this way? Okay, what if I start with this? Then we get this move. Then this move doesn't quite work that well. So this accomplishes the same goal, actually. But my rook is also going to be in the game. So maybe f4. I mean, maybe he tries to hide. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I really don't want him to go and hide, so... The quicker we're able to checkmate him, the better. What to do? Knight f4 still looks like my favorite option here. Even though it's still kind of doo-doo. So boom, boom. What about h4? So if he takes this... I don't know what happens if he takes there. Oh boy. He can take this. I just don't see a mate anywhere. I also never even looked at this option, but I don't see a move for that either. I mean, maybe it's like a two-step move, like maybe I go... Yeah, but I don't have either of these moves available to get an attack in. So this looks like the only possible move. This or this, but this move comes. So how about we examine this, and here, I think I have this sacrifice. So the knight would cover that, this would be covered, so he has to take like this, or with the king. So with king, then we have rook check, and I think we're in business. But if pawn check, then we gotta go here. So that would be check. But he could block with this. Yeah, I don't know. My mind is not working fast enough for this. So here's another idea, suppose. We just threaten the queen. But does anything come out of it? And I think that answer is no. It's just so slow. So slow that I don't think it works. Because then even this doesn't work, because he just takes, and I got absolutely nothing. So this looks like the only possible move, because here he just has an escape right away. So I'm gonna... think I'm gonna play it. Okay, so knight f4 works. He goes king h6 like I thought. So, if I were to play h4 here, followed by g5, I think I'm doing okay. But the problem is that h4, he could play g5 immediately himself. And that doesn't please me too much. So this right away we examined Don't know how exactly that's good off the rip, but I may have found something just now. So boom, pawn takes, check. Only option is to block, check. And he can only block again, which would be mate. If king takes, I said we would be fine, but I didn't have reasoning. But let's say I check him. He has to go back. And then what? Yeah, I mean, g5 just seems like it's the move. But I'm still not solving it. This is going to be another guess one, but it's 8 minutes in, so that's kind of unfortunate if that's what it's going to have to be. But my calculating seems a little bad. Let's look at this and king takes one more time. So, check. I guess he could take here too. So boom, takes. Maybe queen here. We get this move. Perhaps a check. Or a check here, actually. So boom, takes, queen takes, and this. Sorry, not queen takes, just queen e6 in there. Then I have this, he takes, I have this. This is the only move of his that I see, which... I don't know. I think I gotta go with guess number 2, guys. I'm sorry. But now it brings us to the solution that I wasn't able to find. So is it just as simple as winning the queen? Because if so, I'm going to be bummed out that I'm looking for a checkmate. So how's material look after this? So he's probably going to lose that knight, but at the moment, that's not easy to prove. So he'll have 3 minor pieces and 2 rooks. I will have 1 minor piece and 2 rooks, but I'll have a queen for 2 of his minor pieces, and my king is safer. So that might just be all that it needs for the puzzle, because I'm not able to find any sort of mate anyway. So I'm just gonna, yeah, okay. And there's no check here, so we just take the queen. That was stupid. That was so dumb. I hate that puzzle. Oh, they give us a 4th one. That's pretty rare. Okay. I mean, the blitz player in me, which isn't good and doesn't exist, wants me to take the bishop with the rook. And then pawn takes and queen goes g5 check, and then the bishop goes over to g3, and then I play bishop down to d6. However, none of that happens if he just takes with the knight. So let's not do that. But instead, what do we have? So first off, let me look at the piece differential. We're equal. It's 3-3. For minor, 2 rook, queen. What about just queen g5 right away? So I'm threatening 2 pieces at once. Excuse me. His bishop and his knight. I don't see how he's able to protect them both. Or even if there somehow was, then I would hopefully, when he moves his knight, just be able to take on f3 at that point. Excuse me. But queen g5 just looks too good. This looks like another one of those puzzles where I'm going to try overthinking it, and it's just going to be a simple queen g5 and win a piece. Because I don't even see how he can counterplay that. And this is probably going to be like a 5-move sequence. So, queen g5, how does he save both pieces? I quite simply don't see it. Yeah, I mean, he can't take on d5 with his bishop, because I have too many things protecting it. His knight doesn't even have a square. I mean, this just looks like child's play, really. I just don't see another move. Okay, so that protects his knight. Okay, so this is the counterplay. He's going after the bishop. So, excuse me. Okay, so I see now. I see now. So, excuse me. So how do I either protect the bishop or win the piece and then win another piece? And I see knight to d7, but I don't see what that does. Oh, does the queen get trapped, maybe? So here. I don't see how the queen gets trapped. I mean, d4 wouldn't be an escape score, and he can't go backwards. But I don't really see why he wouldn't be able to just take the knight and then the bishop. And then eventually the a6 pawn, or he just gets out on a5. So what am I missing? I feel like this is it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, maybe I just go here first. But I don't understand that either. So if I go here first, then this thing's gonna save itself. Then I can take a piece, and he moves his queen out of the way and does whatever the hell he wants to do. And I go back and I win a pawn, but that doesn't seem like a lot. I already have a pawn advantage too. But one of them kind of sucks on d4. So I guess this thing saves itself. This guy comes down. Problem is also I don't know which rook I would move to c8. I'd assume the a rook, but if I don't see a concrete reason why, that's kind of no bueno. I'm convinced that queen takes e5 is just wrong. I'm just thinking it has to be rook a to c8. If this were a normal game, that's what I would play. Bishop saves itself. Then bishop on c5 does some weird shit. But I just don't see it. I mean, it seems like it's just winning. Like, even now I could just sacrifice my bishop and take a pawn on a3. I don't see what he can do about it. Actually, he could just take the pawn on d4. That's not a good example, but... Knight d7 does not look promising. I mean, my bishops don't do anything good. Ah, this fourth puzzle sucks because I think if this didn't exist, I would have just gained rating today. If I get it wrong, I'll probably just go back to 0. Yeah, all this, and I missed. At least I got one of these moves correct, and that was bishop G or queen G5. But I just did not see his counterplay. This is difficult. If anyone solved it already, congrats. I don't know what the hell I'm missing. Well, let me do process of elimination, and let me get comfortable. So, the queen doesn't want to move. It's on the happiest square on the board. It's threatening g2, it's threatening d2, and it's threatening e5. And if I take on e5, why don't we start with calculating that, because it's the simplest to do. If I take on e5, and he takes on c5, then I can move my knight somewhere to protect it, but the piece cannot protect it at that point. So my knight can either go to d7 or a4, and neither of those lines are good continuations of anything. My bishop has no good squares, because as soon as the bishop moves, he's going to take on d4 with his bishop. So the queen and the bishop can't move. My rook on f8, if it takes the bishop on f3, then we get knight captures, and then my queen is both under attack and his bishop is protected. So that's just a no-go. There's no other good square for it, because it's good with the threat it's making right now. So those three pieces can't move. Let's say that I go something crazy like knight to c4. Then he's probably just going to take that with a pawn. He takes that with a pawn. I'll take his bishop. And then it just seems too slow. Like there's nothing concrete there, so that move doesn't work. Knight d7 off the rip protects the bishop and attacks his, but he just goes to safety, so that's no good. The light squared bishop does not do anything. I mean, the pawns, I have to remember pawns are pieces, but they do not seem to be doing a damn thing this game. So, one thing I can imagine is rook a to c8. Oh, I see. I think. Here, he has to move this to protect it. I go here, threatening the queen. He has to move the queen, and then boom, I pick up the knight. Here we go. But why couldn't I do that with my other rook? That's what I don't yet know. Why could that not be done with my other rook? I guess I don't really know why it couldn't be done with the other rook. So one of those rooks, that tactic doesn't work. So let's look at the defense for both, because I found the offensive move now. That'll be bishop to b4 after a rook goes to c8. So let's say a rook is on c8, then what changes? His bishop is the one that's under fire. So where could it go? Oh. So here's something interesting. If I move my a rook to c8, then suddenly b8 becomes a safe square for his bishop. I don't know if this is correct or not, but if I were to take on b8, then he can take on c5. However, I'm not going to do that shit. So I would just go b4 anyway. Then I don't think he has a threat. So why does it matter which rook I move? I mean, I like the way my f rook is placed already, so I don't think I want to move that. But is there another reason? Well, let's think about if he could win this back somehow. So here it takes, and I would have to take this way because it's in danger. So let's say he goes here or something. Then all he has to do is kick my queen. All of a sudden he's fine. So how does he accomplish that? So we have h4. And I can't go here or here or here. No, I can't go here. So I have one spot I can go. But what am I missing? So bishop can come here eventually since this is gone. And I don't see what I win with it though. Excuse me. So which rook has to move to c8? See, if we do this one, he goes here, then I can't move the rook, so it means I have to take right away. So here, and take. And the queen has to find a safe space. And it can't attack here as much as it wants to. Oh man, what the hell am I missing? The There's some factor, which is why one of these rooks are better on c8. Man, this would have been a much shorter video if this puzzle did not exist. But I don't want to guess being this far in. So another thought is that here he can just attack this. I guess however many pieces I pile up might not be enough. He could just play b4 immediately. So here, takes, and then b4. Then this could just drop back to d6, and then I don't see an issue. I think we're fine there. So that's not the problem. There's like a bishop sack that works somehow, though. I don't know what it is. But I just have a feeling that he has a bishop sack that works. So another thing he could do is he could just ignore this. Maybe b4 is not the right move, because I'm just going to win a pawn. Although that might save him. No. So here, this is the best thing I could come up with. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna guess this. Okay, we got a move I didn't even think of. Sure. Although, one piece, takes. I think I'm just no, he can't take this. So maybe here and here is what he's thinking. But I'm just safe. So I think I could just take this. Ah, 32% of people passed this somehow. In 36 seconds. Why do I not believe that? We're also going to analyze to see what on earth makes the other rook move not work. Rook f to c8. Why doesn't this work? Bishop g3. Say we go here. Knight to c4. Okay, so I get the logic, because it takes and we're equal. But why is that different from this? Bishop b4. Then this. Rook takes f3. Okay. Gx f3. Of course. We get queen to f5. My brain doesn't even work, so I don't know where queen f5 is. hold up. E takes B. D takes C. So what is the missing piece? Is it this sacrifice that need to be done at the end so that I have mate threat? Because he has to protect it, so I'm assuming. Okay, sure, Queen H. This hardly looks like it's protecting shit. Alright. I'll buy it. Somehow. C takes D. Sure. Alright, I guess it was all about this rook sacrifice, which I did not understand, and it takes like 7 moves to understand, but from what's the word I'm looking for? Not strategic. I guess pattern point of view. I just thought that this rook would be more important for the sac than this rook would be on A8. But I guess that's what it was. So 2 puzzles we had to guess today. Fortunately I got them both right, but that is quite dumb. I'm hoping that I am able to figure out more of them moving forward. Also, how is this anything good? Is he not just getting checkmated? Oh well, we figure it out somehow. I will catch you guys tomorrow for some more chess.